Hello, this is Moody Alshehaby, and this is our 12th video of our Adobe After Effect course from scratch. Our previous video was the second video of our effects and presets panel, and we've talked about a bunch of effects. Today is our last video in this panel. We will go through the rest of the effects and wrap up this important panel today. We've got some cool effects for text and videos. We will create animated bubbles. We will create rain and snow. We will remove green screens. We'll be creating cylindric and spherical animated shapes and much more. Tune in with me and let's start. Those are some samples of effects we will be doing today. First effect we have today is the Immersive video folder. Let's try the VR denoise. See the surface here? If I drop the noise level here down to 0%, this is here the normal surface. It got a texture. If you increase the noise level, you will be reducing the noise. And it's like you're blurring it. Second effect we can use here, VR digital glitch. It gives you that glitch look. From horizontal field, you increase the width or reduce it, as well as the vertical height. The point of interest already placed in the center of your comp. Hold it and move it to whichever point you want. From distortion drop menu, it change and control the evolution. Also from the transform drop menu, you've got the scale X, Y, and Z. We can animate this and get our own glitch transition. Click on the stopwatch and distortion evolution. Press U from the keyboard to see your keyframe. Move your timeline indicator a couple seconds. Then from evolution direction, I will rotate it like 3 times. And you can get this glitch transition look. I can add more to my transition. From the scale X option, click on the stopwatch. And at the same spot of my second keyframe, increase my scale X up to 100. Looks like you merged 2 glitch options together to get that effect. VR fractal noise effect. It got a different perspective here. You can decrease the opacity a little. Or from the blending mode, you can change it from normal to multiply. You change the evolution also to get a different angle if you want. Last effect in this folder, we will try the VR sharpen. From sharpen amount slider, increase it to sharpen the edges. Second effect here is cane, one of the most important effects, yet very easy and simple to use. You can try those bunch of effects, but I will make a long story short for you. The one and only effect that you might be using here is the key light. This option got every tool you need. Allows you to select specific color in your video and key it out. Or in another graphical words, remove green screen. First option you've got here is view. If you need to see the source, which we have right now, the standard here is final result, and that's what I want. I want to see what my video looks like after I key out this color. Then from screen color, click on the color box here to select your color. Just select the eyedropper tool and select your color that you want to remove from your video. Then just click OK. Now we've keyed out the green color. Screen gain. If you reduced it, you will be bringing back some of the color, which I believe nobody will use. Also from the screen balance, if you increased it, you will be keying out your object too, which also nobody will do. And with key light effect, works the matte effect too. It's like a sequence to define your edges and so. First option here is matte choker. From geometric softness, increase it to softness your edges. The more you increase, the softer your edges get. From chalk 1, if you had some harsh edges, increase this value to remove them. Refine hard matte. You have got feather. Soften the edges more by increasing the feather value. And that's what I pretty much use in both effects, keying and matte. Up next here is noise and grain effects, which allows you to either add noise or remove noise. First option is to add grain. This is here only a small preview window of your effect, and it's here for rendering purposes. If I increase the intensity, you can see your effect only within this box. It's kind of like if you set your preview on half or full, just so your machine would render faster during your working time. However, it's up to you if you want to see your effect on the entire video. Just from viewing mode, it changes from preview to final output. From the tweaking options, increase the intensity of the grain, also the size. And you don't have to add grain just to your video, you can actually add it to a solid layer too. Gives you more options to give your background a nice texture. Next folder here is Obsolete. Apparently from the name they are old effects used to be used by very old versions of After Effects. However, they are still here till today. Each effect in this folder you can find a better version of it in another folder. More updated with more options, such as basic 3D. We've talked in details about the 3D effect. If you went to animation presets, open text folder, then you have the 3D text folder. More varieties here. However, if you tried this 3D option on a text, it gives you simple and basic 3D, where you can just rotate it or tilt it. And if you tried this color key, it gives you the option to key out certain color, like the green color here. You can increase the color tolerance to remove the green color here. but it got limited options. Unlike the options we've got in the keying folder, you won't be using this folder much often. Next effect here is perspective, another cool folder that you might use often. 3D glasses. It divides your screen either with the same video or two videos. From left view, choose your video, and from right view, it chooses the same video or another video. You can adjust your video horizontal or vertical. Next one is CC cylinder, another cool effect that I use often. Works also on video or text. I will try it on a text. Increase or decrease the radius. From rotation option, you can have some cool effect by animating this. Increase the rotation X a little. I will take back the rotation Z about 90 degrees. From rotation Y, you can animate this. I will add a keyframe at the beginning from rotation Y, then 7 or 8 seconds further. I will increase the rotation, and from the loops number I will add 2, and you will get a cool effect for your text. Next is CC environment, and to work with this option you need to have a camera layer. So select your camera and drag and drop this effect on it. From lens distortion, increase it a little to get a better view of your video. And with the horizontal pan, you can convert your flat video and turn it into a 360 degrees kinda look video. Since we have a camera layer in here, we've talked in much details in previous video about the 3D camera option. If you open the transform option here, you can get a cool animation with a few keyframes. Next here is CC sphere. It turns your video or a text into a spherical shape. From radius, increase or decrease the size of the sphere. You have full access to rotation options X, Y, and Z. I will make a keyframe at the beginning from rotation Y, like 10 seconds further. I will increase this value a little, then from the loop number I will give it a 2, and you will get a cool spherical animation. CC spotlight. To add a spotlight or highlight an area within your video, we have the intensity. Increase or decrease the opacity of the video behind the spotlight. The edge softness here works as a feather. The more you increase it, the more featheriness you have. If you decreased it, it looks kinda harsh and sharp. From cone angle, how big and wide the spotlight is. And also between those 2 points, you see how it's rounded here? From height, you can reduce it to make it look like it's coming from a spotlight. Here we have X and Y position options for both the start and end, or from and to. Or you can just hold it and move it manually. We can get a cool animation effect or a transition with this spotlight. I will take the from point and place it here on the top left corner of my video. Then I will take the 2 point all the way out. Then from 2 position I will click on the stopwatch to create my first keyframe here. And at the end of my video, I will take the 2 point all the way across my video. And this way I will create my second keyframe. Easy ease my keyframes. And you have a cool effect. Next here is simulation, neat and cool effects folder. I will go through some of them. If you got CC ball action, turns your video into some kind of balls. We have grid spacing. We have ball size. From scatter, we can move them randomly. Same from instability state. With just a few and simple keyframes you can get a great transition here. Next one I will try here is CC bubbles. Kinda like the balls but in bubbles shape. From bubble amount, increase how many bubbles you wanna see. Bubbles size as well. And without any keyframes, if you just played your video, you will get those bubbles animated. And you will get a very cool video effect. Next one here is CC rainfall. Another important effect in this folder. You can increase the amount of drops here. You see the difference here in those dark areas. From the size of the rain, control how heavy you want the rain to look like. And from scene depth, control how far you want the rain to look like from your camera. Also speed option, how fast the rain should be falling, as well as the wind, the direction of the rainfall, right or left depending on the wind. And without any keyframes here too, just play the video and you will get the rainfall effect going. Next is CC snowfall. Same concept, same options as the rainfall. You can control the size of the snow, how much snowflakes, scene depth, same like the rain effect. You might just need a different gloomy video to get a realistic snowfall look. Next effect here is Stylize. A lot of handy effects. I will go through some good ones. Cartoon effect. Converts your video into a cartoony look. From the edge section here, increase the tree shell to give it more intensity. Next I will try here the CC hex style. From render option, you have tile, fold aligned, and fold seamlessly. From radius, increase or decrease the size of your hex tile. If you change the render from tile to fold aligned, gives you a different look and different aspect. try the fold seamlessly, gives you a different aspect too. If you're a Marvel fan, I'm sure you've seen some similar effects like this in Doctor Strange movie. You can change the center of your hex style, placed wherever you want, and your text style will change accordingly. You can rotate them also from the rotate option. Next effect is CC Reptile, and that gives me the chance to expand my layer or a video or even a text to the right, left, up or down. I will try it on a text. You can expand your text to the far right and to the far left. I can add another effect to this one. From perspective folder, we had a CC cylinder effect. Then from rotation option, you can animate this in a very cool way. I will change the X and Z rotation values, and then you can animate this from the Y option. CC threshold converts your video into a vivid black and white. You can increase or decrease the threshold amount, or you can even invert it. CC vignette. It works on a solid layer or on a video. Gives your layer kind of dark edges. You can see that clearly if you increase the amount from here. Angle of view applies like a feather. Pen highlight plays like intensity. You can move the center around too. Place it wherever you want. Let's try it on a video. Same concept, gives a video a nice look. Strobe light allows you to get some strobe or cuts through your video. Choose and change the color from here. Also adjust the strobe duration and the period of it. Seems like your video is blinking. Next effect is text folder. Simple yet very powerful. First effect is numbers. Add it to a solid layer or to a video. You will get this panel. Choose your font, font style, directions and your alignment. I will enlarge it from the size a little bit so we can see it. I will change the color to white. You have multiple types to choose from. If you kept it on number, from the value or offset, increase it till you get to the number you want. Or just click inside and add your figure. Let's say 1000. And then how many decimals or zeros you want. We have number leading 0 if you want to add a 0 in front of your figures. We have time code. Increase the time code from the value. If you played your video, you will see your time codes going. Also, we have the regular time. We've got short date, and if you want today's date, just increase the value here. Keep increasing till you reach out to today's date. Make sure you have that box here proportional space checked to keep a normal space between your letters and your figures. Second option here is time code. Take it and place it on your video. From display format, you have the video timing. Displays the time of the video wherever your timeline indicator is. Or you can choose the frame number. The more you move with your video, you will see the frames number on the top here. It's a very handy tool to get to know which frame you are working on or which frame you want to key it out. Next effect is time. Cool stuff in here. CC motion blur gives some blurriness to any moving objects. From the shutter angle, the more you increase it, the blurriness the object gets. Notice these people here, they are not blurry at all because they are not moving. Echo effect is one of my favorite effects. It's kinda like blurry duplicating your moving items. It's very clear here. However, any static object stays the same. The echo time standard here is set on 0.33. If you increase this value, the more distance you will have between your object and the echo. Numbers of echo. I don't recommend to play much with this. Keep it here on a low value like 1 or 2. The more you increase it, the brighter your clip gets. And if so, just decrease the decay a little bit. Last effect here is time warp. Gives you the ability to slow motion your video by merging and blending your frames together to get that cool and nice slow motion effect. However, the video is not buffering. Next folder here is transition. You've got some nice transitions here you can apply to your videos. Let's say I will make a transition here for this video on a 10th second. So place your timeline indicator wherever you want the transition to start. I will try only one transition as the rest of them got the same concept. I will take the card wipe transition. A few things that you need to consider here. You will apply your transition wherever your timeline indicator is. From transition completion, I will put it down to 0%. Then I will click on the stopwatch here to create my first keyframe. And that's where the transition will start. Press U to see your keyframes. And after 3 seconds, I will move the transition completion up to 100%. This way I will have my transition done between those keyframes. But if you noticed here, there is no transition. Seems like I only added an effect to my video. Look at this here, I've got 4 videos on my timeline. From the back layer option here, I have the shopping center, which is my current video. If that option is selected, you won't be making a transition. It will just add an effect to your video. Then you will continue with the same video. If you changed your back layer here to traffic video, which is my second layer, it will take the transition from video 1 to video 2. However, the cool part in here that you can make a transition between the first and the third or even the fourth video. You can skip some videos in the middle. See, the transition here happens from the first video to the fourth video. However, they will still take some layers from the second or the third video, but only within the transition time. But after the transition finish, you will go directly to the fourth video. This is something to take in consideration. You also have full access to transition here. How many rows? How many columns? Card scale? And that applies to the rest of the transitions. Last folder here is utility, and it's not really an effect or a distortion folder. It works more with color corrections or color separation. That was our video for today, the last video of our effect and presets panel. Large and huge panel, effective and very handy. I've went through each and every folder in details the best I could. We will move on in our next video. We will talk about expressions. Another cool way to do or control animation. Stay tuned till next video. Have a great day.